Hey, hi everyone, it's Miss R Squares Up, and today we are squaring up with solving equations and inequalities. So, equations. Let's first start with that one. What is an equation? An equation is a math sentence that uses an equal sign. Equation, equal, equation. You cannot spell equation without equal without the L. So, I'm going to give you an example of an equation. Let's do our example 1. Let's do x plus 4 equals 9. Again, this is an equation because key thing, it uses an equal sign. That's what makes it an equation, if it uses the equal sign. Now, if it uses something else other than an equal sign, it is not an equation. It's something else, but we'll get to that later. Now, I'm going to show you how to solve for this. Now, in order to solve an equation like this, where we don't have all our numbers, we only have 1, 2, we need this one, we're trying to solve for x, we will have to isolate x in order to solve for x. When I say isolate it, I mean remove any other terms that's by it away from it. I'm going to show you how to do that in detail so we can get to understanding it. Now, what I'm going to do is right now, 4 is added to x, right? I want to undo this. I want to do what's called inverse operation. Okay, so first, let's identify my current operation. If you don't remember what operations are, it's parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now, let's identify what we're using. What's our main operation here? Or one operation here. Let's see. Addition. So our current operation is addition. So I'm going to do what's called inverse operation. What do you think inverse means? I'll give you a second to think. If you said opposite, you are correct. So if I say my operation is plus, my inverse, my opposite of plus will be subtraction. Therefore, I'm going to take the plus 4 and change it to a minus 4. I'm going to subtract 4 from 4. I want to do that to get x alone. I want to isolate this. I want to solve for x. I want to find my true number that stands right here. So, if I have x plus 4, it's now going to change. The plus 4 is now going to change to minus 4. So now I'm going to have minus 4 right there. Okay, so if I have 4 items and I take all 4 away, what do I have? 0. So I'm going to go cross those out. I'm not going to write 0. I'm not going to waste my time or ink or digital ink doing that. I'm just going to cross them out. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to bring down my x here. Move it down so it's easier to work with it. Bring down my equal sign. Cool. Now, I'm missing something. I can't just bring down my 9. Everything you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side of the equation. Again, everything you do to one side of the equation has to be done to the other side of the equation. So you see how I did subtract 4 right here? I have to do the same thing to here. Now, 9 minus 4. I know it's 5. Now, let's check. Is there more steps? No. I have my x equals 5. 5. I have my x equals 5. That's it. Now, you can double check your work. If you are unsure if your variable is actually 5 or if you solve correctly, plug that back in. So anytime you see x, you're going to be switching it out to 5 on this specific equation. So I'm going to rewrite my equation using 5. So it's going to be 5 plus 4 equals 9. 5 plus 4 equals 9 equals 9. Do these two match up? Yes, they do. So you are correct with that. Cool. Moving on. Example 2. Let's do one a little bit harder. Okay. So, again, I'm going to identify my operation. It's right here. I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to do inverse. Identify my inverse. What's the opposite of plus? Minus. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. These cross out. Whatever I do to one side, I do where? To the other. Okay. So I'm going to bring my 2x down. Bring my equal sign down. And bring my 11 minus 3 down. So 11 minus 3 I know is 8. Now, I am again going to identify my operation. Sorry, I put 2x instead of multiplication. Inverse division. Okay, so you are going to, again, identify your operation, do the opposite. Then, how did I get multiplication and division? So, anytime you see 2x, it means 2 times x. If you see 5x, it means 5 times x. If you see 100y, it means 100 times whatever y is. So, keyword times, 2 times x, 5 times x, 100 times y, and so on and so on. So, you see how that says times? Opposite of times, aka multiplication. Opposite of multiplication is division. So, again, I identified that this is multiplication. So, I'm going to do the opposite. Now, opposite of 2x will be divided by 2x. However, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. I don't want to divide this by 2x. No, I want to get x alone. I don't want to get rid of x. I want to isolate this. Therefore, I'm going to divide by 2. Reason I do that, again, I want to get x alone, but I do not want to get rid of x. If I put 2x down here, it gets rid of that side completely. I don't want to do that. I'm only going to divide out the 2 to get rid of just the 2. So, left over on my left side is x. Bring down my equal sign. Okay. Again, whatever I do to one side, I do where? To the other. So I'm going to divide this side by 2 as well. Okay, 8 divided by 2, I know it's 4. So I know x equals 4. Now, I'm going to show you how to plug this in, and this will be the last time I show you how to plug it in from there. Now, if you need help with that going forward, please come back to this part. So again, wherever you see x is now going to be 4. So 2 times, remember, 2x equals to 2 times x. Remember that. So 2 times 4 plus 3 equals 11. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3, 11 equals 11. Does that check out? Yes, it does. It does check out. So we're good there. Let's move on. This one is a little bit harder for some people. I am going to do an example where there's a variable on both sides, such as 2x plus 2 equals x plus 3. Now, do not overthink it. Do not overthink it. I am going to show you what I do. Okay, so what I do personally is if I have this on this side, the lesser number on this side, I'm going to subtract or do the inverse of this number to this number. If I have to subtract, I'm going to subtract the smaller number by the bigger number. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first, identify my operation. I'm going to identify my operation on this side. So I have plus. Okay, identify my inverse. Again, we're working with this side first. Subtract. Cool, let's go ahead and take care of that. Minus 2. These cross out because they just cancel out. They equal 0. Okay, whatever I do to one side, I do where? To the other side. Okay, so let's break everything down that we haven't used yet. 2x equals x. Okay, let's go ahead and solve for positive 3 minus 2. So if I have 3 things, I take 2 away, I have 1. Positive 1. Okay, now this part looks difficult. You were trying to solve for 1x, not 2x, not 3x. You're trying to solve for one of the x's, one of them. So I need to get x alone, preferably this one. Preferably this one. I want to get x on one side alone. I'm going to show you how to do that. Again, do not overthink. Identify your operation. Okay, my operation on this side in total is subtraction. Or sorry, addition. The inverse would be subtraction. So right here is a positive. You don't see it right here, but the x is positive as well. So I just know that over here is positive. So my inverse will be negative. Cool. So I don't want to do negative 1 on each side. No. I don't want to do that. I want to isolate. I want to get only x. I don't want to have 3x. I don't want to have 4x. I want to have only 1x. Literally just x on this side. That's what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my inverse of positive x. Inverse of positive x is negative x. So whatever I do on one side, I do where? To the other. So these cross out. They cancel each other out. If I give you 1x and I take it away, I get 0 x's. So it's just 0. Just 0. Now, for this right here, if I have 2 x's and I take away 1, I'm left over with 1x. Just one singular x. Okay, bring this down. We don't have to bring the plus down because it already assumes that it's positive. Now, if this was minus, then we'll have to bring the minus down. But it's not. It's plus. So x equals 1. That is it. Do not overthink. That's it. That is it. You are done with that. Now, we are going to quickly move on to inequalities. Inequalities. Let's create a new page. And we're going to do inequalities. So what is an inequalities? Inequalities use symbols like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. So, for example, less than, greater than, less than or equal to symbol, or greater than or equal to symbol. So you know how equations are math sentences with the equal sign? Inequalities are math sentences with an inequality sign. Again, inequality sign. Inequality. Inequality, not equal. It's not completely equal. Do you see equal sign? No. So inequality. Again, equation is only if it has equal sign. If it does not have that and it has these signs, it's an inequality. Okay. So, with that being said, there is one rule. There is one rule that is different from equations. And I'm going to tell you this before we get onto it. I'm going to tell you this before. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the sign. Okay, so this applies to the end game. This applies to the end game. And I'm going to show you an example of this in a second so you'll get it. So let's first do an easy one. Simple one. Okay, so this will be solved the exact same way as our equations. Exact same way. The only difference is that it has a different sign. That's the only difference. So what I'm going to do, identify my operation. Operation right here, addition. Okay, identify my inverse. Remember, opposite, subtraction. Okay, so I'm going to do my opposite of my operation. Whatever I do to one side, I do where? To the other. Okay, these cross out. Bring my x down. Bring my sign down. I know my arrows look really ugly, but okay. Now, 9 minus 5, I know is 4. Okay, that's it, by the way. That's all it is. That is all it is. That's it. You're done. You got the answer. That's it. Now, I'm going to do another one. It's going to be a step up. It's going to be a little bit harder. It's the same way we did our other one. Okay, identify my operation. Right here, subtraction. Okay, identify my inverse. Okay, inverse. Remember, it means opposite. Opposite of subtraction, addition. Okay, so I'm going to do the opposite of minus 4. Opposite of minus 4, plus 4. Okay, cross these out. Whatever I do to one side, I do where? To the other. Okay, bring my remainders down. Bring my 2x down. Bring my sign down. And then 6 plus 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Now, here where it comes to it. I'm going to, again, identify my operation. 2x, remember it means 2 times x, 2 multiplied by x. So that means that operation is multiplication. So we're going to do the inverse. Inverse, again, means opposite. Opposite of multiplication, division. So I'm going to explain this again. I'm not going to divide by 2x. No, I want to keep my x there. In order to keep my x there, I'm only going to divide by the 2 to get rid of it. So divide by 2, get rid of it. Left over on the left-hand side is x. Bring down my sign. Oops. Okay, so I have less than or equal to. Okay. Now, whatever I do to one side, you see how I divided 2 there? I have to do to the other. 10 divided by 2, I know is 5 because 5 times 2 equals 10. Okay, that's it. Do not overthink it. That is it. Leave it at that. That was example 2 of inequalities. Okay, so my next problem is negative 3x greater than 9. I know this looks like a minus sign, but it's actually saying negative 3x. So I'm going to identify my operation. Disregard this sign. It means negative in this moment. It does not mean minus. It means negative in this moment. We are going to look at this part. Remember, 3x is another way of saying 3 times x. So times, aka multiplication, that would be our operation. Okay, now we're going to find our inverse, our opposite. Opposite of multiplication, division. Okay, so I want to do the opposite. I'm going to divide. I'm going to just put a line there like I've been doing the other ones. Divide. I'm going to divide. Okay, I don't want to divide by negative 3x as a whole. I'm not going to divide by the whole thing. It gets rid of everything. I want to get this x alone. So whatever is on the other side, I'm going to divide by. So negative 3, because remember, I want to get the x alone. So I'm going to divide negative 3 by negative 3. These cross out. Leaves me with x on this side. Don't worry about overthinking it. With the other ones, don't worry about overthinking it. I know some people are gonna be like, okay, it hasn't been making sense so far because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. We do not put 1x. We just put x. Do not worry about it. It's fine. Don't overthink it. Just put x. Then cross out and put x. Now, whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So I divide by negative 3 here as well. With that being said, key thing is up here. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the sign. This is only applying to inequalities, of course. This is only applying to inequalities. It's the only way it makes sense. With equal sign stays the same equal sign. Even if you flip it, it's still an equal sign. Now with this one, I'm going to flip my sign. So right now it's a greater than sign. It's now going to be a less than sign. Why? Because I divided by a negative number. This only applies if you're dividing by a negative number. If this 3 was positive, you won't have to do that. It's only because this is negative. Okay, don't linger on that too long. Don't overthink it. Just know if it's a negative number that you're multiplying or dividing by in the end, at the last step, then that's when you flip the sign to the opposite side. So literally change it to this side, to this side. Okay, so negative 3. Okay, I put it under my 9, so 9 divided by negative 3, I know is going to be negative 3. If you said positive 3, you are wrong. Because negative times a negative equals a positive. Negative 3 times negative 3 equals positive 9. Let's say I did negative 3 times positive 3. That equals negative 9. Is this negative or positive? That 9 right here. Is that negative or positive? It's positive. So I have to have both of my 3's as negative. Now I'm going to move down. I'm going to go over some graphing solutions. Or what it means when you see things like this on a test. Or if I ask you to do it. So open circle means not equal to. So that is going to be your less than sign. It's going to be your greater than sign. Closed circle, it could be less than or equal to, keyword equal to. Equal to sign or equation sign or equal. Or greater than or equal to. Again, keyword equal to. Keyword equal to. Now, you see this one. For the first example right here. I'm right here. Down there. I have x is less than 2. Now, read my key right here. It says open circle if it's not equal to. Do you see an equal to symbol anywhere over here? No. So, again, we had an open circle right here at 2. Then it says shade left for less than. Is our sign less than? Yes, so that's why we shaded left. Okay, moving on to this part. It says x is greater than or equal to 3. Keyword equal to. Does it have an equal to sign? Or anything dealing with equal to? Yes, so it's going to be a closed circle. See how it's closed? Oops, sorry. A closed circle at 3. Now, it says shade right for greater than. Is our sign greater than? Yes, it is. So that's why we shaded right. Now, I did this lesson extremely quickly. I try to condense it a little bit more or explain it a little bit quicker. However, if you need me to explain it in detail and something that's not like too simple or too fast, something that's actually detailed, bam, 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 this and this and this, let me know because I will make a detailed video on it. I did say a lot in a short amount of time and try to get as much as information as possible, but it may still be confusing because we went so fast. So just let me know in the comments below and I can create a longer video, something much more detailed and just so we can go through everything. We can go to the definitions, everything all together. But other than that, I'll catch you on the flip side. Let's see what we'll square up with next. Ciao.